Long, long ago, before bedtime stories were born, the sky was full of tiny stars who lived together above the clouds. Each star had a job. Some twinkled very bright, some guided the moon, some watched over sleeping children. One little star was named Luma. Luma was very small. She glowed softly, not bright at all. When the other stars danced and shone, Luma stayed quiet. "I am too little," Luma whispered. "I am not as bright as the others." One night, the moon noticed Luma hiding behind a cloud. "Why are you hiding, little one?" asked the moon gently. "I'm scared," said Luma. "I don't think I am important." The moon smiled kindly. "Every star matters," she said. "Even the smallest light can help someone." Luma listened. Her light flickered softly. Deep inside, a tiny spark began to glow. One evening, a baby star named Pip began to cry. His light had gone out. He felt cold and lonely. The other stars were busy shining. They didn't notice Pip, but Luma did. She floated closer. "Are you okay?" she asked softly. "I lost my light," Pip sniffed. Luma thought for a moment. Then she did something brave. She shared a little bit of her own light. Just a tiny glow. Pip smiled. "His light came back!" "Oh, thank you, Luma," he said happily. Luma felt warm inside. Her own light didn't disappear. It grew brighter. The moon watched and nodded. "When you share," she said, "your heart shines more." One dark night, far below the clouds, a little child felt scared. The night felt too quiet, too dark. The child looked up at the sky. Luma saw the child's tears sparkle. Her heart felt soft and full. "I want to help," she whispered. She remembered the moon's words. She remembered Pip. Luma gathered her courage. She shone brighter than ever before. Her gentle light floated down like a hug made of stars. The child smiled. "I'm not alone," the child whispered. Luma felt something new. She felt confident. "I did that," she said proudly. "I helped." The next night, a storm came. The clouds were loud. The stars felt scared. Some stars bumped into each other and got upset. Luma listened. "They're not mean," she thought. "They're scared." She floated between them and spoke softly. "It's okay to feel afraid," Luma said. "Let's stay close together." The stars huddled near Luma. They felt safe. The storm passed. The moon smiled again. "That is empathy," she said. "You understood how others felt." Luma's light glowed steady and strong. From that night on, Luma was no longer the shy little star. She shared. She listened. She cared. And every time she did, her light grew brighter. The stars learned from her. The sky felt warmer. "Kinder," the moon spoke to all the stars. "Confidence comes from kindness. Sharing makes us strong. understanding makes us shine. And far below, every child who looked up at the sky felt safe, seen, and loved, because even the smallest star can light the whole night. Long ago, before houses and roads, there was a wide green forest. The forest was alive. Trees whispered. Leaves listened. The wind spoke softly to everyone. Inside this forest lived tiny spirits who cared for nature. One of them was a little tree spirit named Nori. Nori lived inside a young tree. The tree was not tall. Its branches were thin. Its leaves were small. When the big trees stood proudly, Nori stayed quiet. He watched. He waited. "I am too small," Nori whispered every morning. "My tree is not strong. I cannot help the forest." When birds rested on the tall trees, Nori felt shy. When animals played in the shade of the old trees, Nori felt invisible. He loved the forest, but he did not believe in himself. One gentle day, the wind noticed Nori. The wind moved slowly and spoke kindly. "Why are you so quiet, little spirit?" the wind asked. Nori looked at his tiny tree. "I am afraid," he said. "I am not big. I am not useful." The wind wrapped around the tree like a hug. "Small roots hold the earth," the wind said. "Small leaves make fresh air." Nori listened. His heart felt warm. His tree shook softly, not from fear, but from feeling seen. For the first time, Nori felt that maybe, just maybe, he mattered. That night, under the moonlight, Nori stayed awake. He touched the tree gently. He promised to try. Deep inside him, a small light began to grow, slow and steady, like a quiet promise waiting to bloom. The next morning, the forest woke up slowly. Sunlight slipped between the leaves. Birds stretched their wings. Nori felt awake too. He remembered the wind's words and felt a little braver. As the day grew warm, a small rabbit came hopping through the forest. The rabbit looked tired. The sun was strong, and the ground felt hot. The rabbit searched for shade, but found none nearby. "I need to rest," the rabbit said softly. "I am too warm." Nori watched from inside his little tree. His tree was not tall. Its shade was small. Nori felt unsure again. "My shade is tiny," he thought. "It is not enough." The rabbit sat down slowly and looked around. Nori felt his heart squeeze. He remembered his promise to try. "Maybe small is still something," Nori whispered. He gently guided his tree's branches to stretch just a little. The leaves moved closer together. A small patch of shade appeared on the ground. The rabbit noticed. He hopped closer and sat under the shade. He smiled and closed his eyes. "This feels nice," the rabbit said. "Thank you." Nori felt warm inside. He looked at his tree. It was still small, but it had helped. The shade did not disappear. The tree did not feel weaker. Nori understood something new. When he shared what he had, he did not lose it. He felt stronger. The forest seemed quieter, kinder. Leaves rustled softly, like they were whispering, "Well done." Nori smiled inside his tree. The small light in his heart grew brighter, and he felt ready to keep learning. That afternoon, the forest became noisy. Dark clouds rolled in slowly. The sky grew heavy. The air felt different. Animals began to move quickly, looking for safe places to hide. A little bird fluttered near Nori's tree. Its wings shook. The wind was getting stronger. "I can't fly well in this storm," the bird chirped. "I am scared." Nori felt his own fear rise. Storms were loud. Branches moved fast. His tree was small. What if it broke? For a moment, Nori wanted to hide again. But then he remembered the rabbit. He remembered the shade. He remembered the light growing inside him. "You can stay here," Nori said softly. The bird hopped closer. Nori focused carefully. He guided his tree to stand steady. He asked the roots to hold the earth tightly. He asked the branches to bend but not break. The wind pushed. The tree moved. But it stayed strong. The bird rested close to the trunk. "I feel safe," the bird said. Nori felt something new fill his chest. It felt warm and tall. He was scared, but he was also brave. "I am doing this," Nori thought. "I can help." The storm passed slowly. The clouds opened. Light returned to the forest. The bird stretched its wings and smiled. "Thank you," the bird said before flying away. Nori looked at his tree. It was still small, but it had stood strong. Nori believed in himself now. His light shone brighter, steady and calm, like a heart that had learned it could stand tall, even when the wind came. The forest felt calm again after the storm. The ground smelled fresh. Drops of water rested on leaves like tiny mirrors. Nori felt peaceful inside his tree. Nearby, an old turtle moved slowly along the path. The turtle stopped and sighed. His shell felt heavy. His legs felt tired. "I am too slow," the turtle said sadly. "Everyone goes ahead without me." Nori listened quietly. He felt the turtle's sadness in his own heart. It felt soft and heavy at the same time. "You are not slow," Nori said gently. "You move in your own way." The turtle looked surprised. "Do you really think so?" he asked. Nori thought carefully. He remembered how it felt to feel small and unseen. "Yes," Nori said. "I know how that feels." The turtle smiled a little. He rested near Nori's tree. Nori guided his leaves to block the bright sun. He made a cool, calm space for the turtle. The turtle relaxed. "Thank you for understanding me," he said. Nori felt something important happen inside him. He did not just help with shade or strength. He helped with feelings, the forest noticed. The trees stood quietly. The birds listened. Understanding others made Nori feel connected. He was not alone, and neither was the turtle. The small light inside Nori grew softer but wider, like a warm glow that could reach others. He learned that empathy meant listening, feeling, and caring, even when words were quiet. Days passed, and the forest changed in small, gentle ways. Animals moved calmly. Trees stood peacefully. Nori felt different too. He was still small, but he no longer felt invisible. One morning, the forest grew very quiet. No birds sang, no wind moved. The ground felt worried. Nori listened closely. Far away, a young tree was crying. Its leaves were drooping. Its roots felt loose. "I don't belong here," the young tree whispered. "I am afraid I will fall." Nori felt the fear deeply. He remembered his own fear from long ago. "You are not alone," Nori said softly. He reached through the earth with care. He guided his roots to touch the other tree's roots, slowly, gently. He shared strength. The young tree felt steady. "I feel safe now," it said. The forest breathed together. The sun shone warmly. The wind whispered with joy. Nori understood something important. Confidence came from helping. Sharing made him stronger. Empathy connected him to everyone. The forest spirits watched proudly. "Small hearts can do great things," they said. Nori glowed softly inside his tree. He did not need to be big. He did not need to be loud. He only needed to care. And from that day on, whenever a child walked through the forest, they felt calm, brave, and understood. Because the heart of the forest was kind, and its kindness began with a little tree spirit who believed he mattered. Long ago, before lamps and candles, fire was alive. It danced in the world as a spirit. In a quiet valley near the mountains lived a tiny fire spirit named Sola. Sola lived inside a small flame that warmed stones and kept the night gentle. Sola was not like the big fires. He did not roar. He did not jump high. His flame was calm and low. When the great fires on the mountain shone brightly, Sola felt small. "I am too weak," Sola whispered each night. "I cannot protect anyone. I cannot shine." When animals gathered near large fires, Sola stayed alone. He watched shadows move and listened to the wind. He loved the warmth he gave, but he did not believe it was enough. One evening, the night came quietly. The stars appeared one by one. The cold crept slowly into the valley. A small mouse passed by Sola's flame. The mouse shivered. The night was long. Sola noticed. His flame flickered. "I am scared too," Sola thought, "but maybe I can help." The flame grew just a little brighter. The warmth spread softly across the stones. The mouse came closer and rested. "That feels nice," the mouse whispered. Sola felt something new inside his flame. It felt warm and steady. He was still small, but his fire mattered. As the night continued, Sola stayed awake, glowing gently. Deep inside him, a quiet strength began to form, like a spark waiting to grow into something kind and brave. Morning came softly to the valley. The sun rose slowly, but the air was still cold. Sola's little flame rested quietly, glowing low and calm. He remembered the mouse from the night before and felt a gentle happiness inside. As the day moved on, clouds covered the sky. The sun hid. The stones grew cold again. A small lizard crawled across the ground, moving slowly. "I am freezing," the lizard said sadly. "I cannot move well when I am cold." Sola watched. His flame was small. He felt unsure. What if I fade? He wondered. What if I disappear? The lizard shivered again. Sola listened to his heart. It beat softly but clearly. "I can share," Sola whispered. He let his flame grow just a little wider. Not taller, not louder, just warmer. The heat spread gently over the stones. The lizard crawled closer. His body relaxed, his eyes closed. "This helps so much," the lizard said. "Thank you for sharing." Sola checked himself. His flame was still there. It had not gone away. It felt brighter, calmer, happier. Sola understood something new. When he shared his warmth, he did not lose it. The warmth stayed and even felt stronger. The valley felt kinder. The stones seemed to smile. The air felt softer. Sola glowed quietly, learning that sharing did not make him smaller. It made him feel full. Inside his flame, the small spark grew steadier, ready to learn more about who he could be. That evening, the valley changed again. The sky turned dark. Faster than usual, thick clouds covered the stars. The wind blew stronger and colder. Sola's little flame shook and bent. "I don't like this," Sola whispered. "The wind is scary." Nearby, a young fox crept slowly between the rocks. The fox's fur was wet. His eyes looked worried. "I cannot find my den," the fox said softly. "The night is too cold." Sola felt afraid. Wind could make fire smaller. Wind could make fire disappear. His flame trembled. For a moment, Sola wanted to hide. He wanted to shrink away. But then he remembered the mouse. He remembered the lizard. He remembered how sharing made him feel strong inside. "I am scared," Sola thought, "but I can still try." Sola focused carefully. He made his flame low and steady. He did not fight the wind. He worked with it. He stayed calm. The fox came closer. Sola's warmth spread gently, protecting the fox from the cold air. The fox curled up near the stones. "I feel safe here," the fox said. Sola felt something rise inside him. It was not loud. It was not hot. It was brave. He was afraid, but he did not give up. Slowly the wind softened. The clouds moved away. Stars returned to the sky. The fox smiled and thanked Sola before leaving. Sola glowed quietly in the dark valley. He knew now that bravery was not being big or loud. Bravery was staying kind and steady, even when the wind tried to push him away. The next day, the valley felt quiet and slow. The fire rested calmly among the stones. Sola's flame was gentle and steady. He felt peaceful after the long night. Nearby, an old tortoise moved slowly across the ground. Each step was careful. Each step was heavy. The tortoise stopped near the fire and sighed deeply. "My legs are tired," the tortoise said. "Everyone moves so fast. I feel left behind." Sola listened closely. He felt the heaviness in the tortoise's voice. It touched his flame in a soft way. "I know that feeling," Sola said gently. "Sometimes I feel small and slow too." The tortoise looked surprised. "You do?" he asked. "Yes," Sola replied, "and it can feel lonely." Sola did not grow hotter. He did not grow bigger. He simply stayed warm and calm. He let his heat spread slowly, giving the tortoise time and comfort. The tortoise rested near the fire. His breathing slowed. His eyes softened. "Thank you for understanding me," the tortoise said quietly. Sola felt something important happen inside him. He did not fix the tortoise. He did not rush him. He simply stayed and listened. The valley felt still, like it was listening too. The stones held warmth. The air felt kind. Sola learned that empathy meant feeling with others, not changing them. His flame glowed softly, wide and calm. He felt connected, like his warmth could reach hearts, not just bodies. Time passed in the valley, and the seasons slowly changed. Leaves fell. Cold nights came and went. Through every change, Sola stayed where he was, glowing gently among the stones. One evening, the valley felt colder than ever before. Frost covered the ground. The air felt sharp. Animals stayed hidden. Far away, a small bird had fallen from its nest. The bird lay still, shivering and afraid. "I cannot move," the bird whispered. "I feel so cold." Sola felt the fear right away. His flame flickered, but he did not turn away. He remembered the mouse, the lizard, the fox, and the tortoise. He remembered everything he had learned. "You are not alone," Sola said softly. He gathered his warmth with care. He did not rush. He did not burn. He spread his heat slowly and safely, like a gentle blanket. The bird felt the warmth and relaxed. Its shaking stopped, its eyes closed peacefully. "I feel safe," the bird whispered. Sola felt full inside. He was still small. He was still quiet. But his flame had become something important. The valley noticed. The stones held warmth longer. The air felt softer. Even the night seemed kinder. The spirits of fire watched and smiled. "True strength is gentle," they said. "True confidence is caring." Sola glowed steadily. He knew now who he was. Not a loud fire, not a big fire, but a kind fire. And whenever children came near the valley, they felt warm, safe, and brave. Because a little fire spirit had learned that sharing, confidence, and empathy could light the world without burning it.